Hey, everybody. I just have a brief thought I wanted to share about a condition that I think we all tend to get in our culture that I think was brought on and heightened by social media, but it's really been magnified since we've all started quarantining and with the whole coronavirus pandemic that's happening. And the condition is called comparativitis. It's something I think we're all prone to, especially in our culture. And basically the way this works is there's kind of two layers to it. First, there's what I would call a positive side of it. That's the comparison side. That's when we look at other people and we say, oh my word, look at how much better they're doing than we are. I've seen it in social media and things, like, oh my gosh, look at how amazing that person is doing at homeschooling their kids. I'm just trying to keep from them putting the glue up their noses, and it's that kind of thing, right? We take our circumstances, we compare it to other people's who we perceive are having a way, way better life, a better experience, a better whatever it is. And then that creates this comparativitis in us. The negative side of it is I think sometimes called comparative suffering. And this is when we are feeling badly about something, we're struggling with ways of that we're feeling, we're maybe have disappointments over things that have been canceled, things that we're not able to do that we were really looking forward to. And then we look at other people and other circumstances, and what we do is we say, well, at least I don't have it as bad as, and then we compare in that way. And that's the negative side of this comparativitis. So when you compare on the positive side, this comparison side, and you're looking at people saying, oh my goodness, look at how much better they're doing than I am at whatever. A part of what that does is it leads us to live from this place of scarcity. It creates within us this sense of lack, that for some reason, I don't have enough. And if I just had a little bit more, it's this subtle pull toward always more, always better, always higher, always faster. But we just know that's just a lie. So the positive side creates within us the temptation to live from that place of scarcity. And when we live from scarcity, I believe the antidote to that is actually gratitude, just simple gratitude, the ability to maybe at the end of the day, think back on the day and say, what was good today? What was positive? What's something that I can be grateful for today that is a good thing? On the negative side, when we're involved in comparative suffering and we're feeling feelings of disappointment, of regret, of sorrow, maybe even of grief. I think our world is in a collective state of grief right now. And then we look at others and we say, oh, well, but at least I'm not. A part of what that does is it leads us to living with minimalization. We try and minimize our feelings. We may even do things to try and numb our feelings because for some reason we think they're not valid or they're not valid enough. And I believe in this side of comparativitis, the solution here is actually permissioning, where what we have to do is give ourselves permission to feel the things that we need to feel, that those things are real. The disappointment, yes, we're disappointed. It's okay. It's actually okay to be disappointed. I've spent some time with people walking through grief and loss in their lives. And I've used a metaphor in those circumstances with people of grief is like a swamp. It's too big to bridge over. It's too deep to tunnel under. It's too wide to go around. You just have to wade your way through it. And really the only way to do that is to give yourself permission to feel the feelings that you're feeling. They're valid. They really are. And when you give yourself permission to feel them and to express them in a healthy way, that's a part of how you get to move beyond the condition of comparativitis, at least on the negative side. So we have here in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, this condition of comparativitis. I believe it's been magnified in our world right now, but here's my admonition. Don't give in to it. On the positive side, take time to practice gratitude. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Be grateful for who you are, for where you are, for what your circumstances are. On the negative side, don't give in to minimalization. Give yourself permission to feel what you're feeling, to be able to be real with yourself and authentic, and it'll help you be able to move your way through that. All right, there you go. A few thoughts on this idea, this condition that we're all prone to, comparativitis. Be kind, be well, and wash your hands.